Well, hello, everyone, and thank you for coming to WPTLradio.net or YouTube or wherever you found this particular video. This is a tutorial video just for me to talk a little bit about our stat broadcast use this year that we're sharing with our fans and certainly anyone that's interested in our football program as well. I think it really gives us that next step in terms of what it is that we're able to offer our fans around Pisgah football at WPTLradio.net. So first, I want to take you to our website, and I'm going to go to WPTLradio.net, and you'll see this in the upper left-hand corner. You'll type that in on your desktop, or you can type this in to the browser on your mobile device as well. And I'm going to scroll down just a little bit, and along the side here, you can see that there are several apps, or several sections, rather, that you can go to. If you're interested in listening to a game that's in the archive, you would just simply go to Sports, and then look on the Pisgah On Demand logo, click there, and you can do that as well. You can also see our players of the game from the past. Go back to any game all the way back to 2011 and listen to that broadcast. So you can do that right here with the sports button on the WPTLradio.net homepage. But for now, I'm going to roll down to right here, and you're going to see an On Air Now button. And just below that, though I cannot open it right now from where I am, you're going to see the On Air button right here, and you can press that button, and you can listen live with your device or your web browser to the audio portion and what is going out over the airwaves at that time. Most of the time, that's going to be our football broadcast. So you can play that and have that running in the background through everything else that we're going to talk about here. So I would recommend doing that first before you do anything else. Again, just hitting that button and the audio broadcast will begin to play. I'm going to scroll down a little bit more and you'll see the Pisgah Power P here and our fine sponsors, Pisgah Roofing, Henson Electric, and Mountain Credit Union that are sponsoring Stat Broadcast and Turbo Stats for us this year. But right here in the middle, you'll see this button that says click here to follow the live action with the WPTL Pisgah football game tracker. I'm going to click that button and it's going to open up a new window. And that new window is going to look just like this. This is our Stat Broadcast website, again, presented by WPTL. And you're going to scroll down to see what events there are that you would like to get the stat feed for. Now, if you're doing this, let's say you're doing this on Friday night the 25th at 7:30, you're going to be able to click a button right here that's going to take you right to those live stats and populate that in real time. Since this is a Tuesday when I'm recording this, there is no game going on right now. I'm simply just going to go back to our first event, and I'm going to click this final stats button, and that will open up another window. And that window will look just like this on your web browser. It'll look a little bit different on your mobile device, but that information will still be there. If you'll look at the top here, you'll first notice what the current score is in that game at that moment. On the far right, you will get up to the moment game comparison stats along the right-hand side, score by quarter, the last several plays, both teams their offensive numbers and offensive individual leaders on both sides here, and then what the current drive statistics are in the far right-hand corner. You'll also notice that along this bar are several specific web pages that you can go to. You can go to and click on comparison, and you can see a specific detailed stat comparison between both teams, offensive and defensive here on both sides. And again, these are very detailed stats. Now, Friday was our first time using this, so this will be much more filled out and much more detailed going forward, but it certainly gives you the idea of what we're talking about. So you can see those cumulative stats here. Now, most of these buttons along the top also have sub categories as well. So under comparison, if I want to go over here and press this advanced stats button, then I can look at third down efficiencies only. I can look at first down efficiencies only. And that certainly makes a big difference there as far as the details concerned. Quarter and half cumulatives for each quarter and half. Quarterback progressions. In other words, what decisions did each quarterback make in terms of picking receivers? There's a big play button. These are all plays that are above 15 yards. You can see, right off the top, we had 3 really big plays on Friday night of 36, 59, and 53 yards. You can also see the penalties that were called over the course of the game. So all of that is under comparison on the bar here, just underneath where it says Pisgah High School. I can look at the visiting team stats. I can look at our home team stats in this case. Of course, when we're on the road, that'll be reversed. I can see scoring summaries of how we scored each of our points, how the opposition scored each of their points specifically. I can look at drive charts. I can look at specific individual defensive stats, special teams stats. I can look at individual plays here. And I can break that even down into quarters if I'd like to. I'm just looking at third quarter stats right now, what each play was. That's all laid out for you, which is really cool. And of course, you can change this. There's a button here if you want to. In this case, it's ascending. If you want it to be descending, in terms of the order in which you see them, you can do that here. And then there's a tools button over here on the side. And you at home, if you choose, can go and save and print a PDF of all of these stats for yourself. The media can do that as well for their use. You can quick print a box score. All of that is available to you as the fan just by going to this tools button here as well. You can change the way this looks. I just switched it up from the light version to the dark version, the dark background version. And I got to admit, guys, this really looks good as a website, I think, too. So we're pretty excited about that. But all of those specific, detailed stats are there. There's a refresh button here that you can press as well. But much of this is going to refresh itself as you go through the course of the game. That's what it's sort of designed to do. But you do have this refresh button here to get the very latest information if you need to use that. Now, if you're using your mobile device, you will not see this bar across the top of these specific areas of data and statistics. What you will see in the upper left-hand corner is a change view button. If you'll press that change view button, then you can select which one of these that you want to specifically look at. Again, with your mobile device, your phone. You also have access to the tools button as well to, again, from there, send an email of those stats or send them to a printer. You have that option with your mobile device too. Now, what I would recommend with your mobile device is to download first the WPTL Radio app in the Play Store or I forget the Apple Store, I guess it is. I forget the two versions, Android and Apple. But you can download the WPTL Radio app, and I would recommend opening that and pressing play and listening to the audio, and then going to, with your browser with your phone, going to WPTLradio.net, and then selecting the click here button that I mentioned before right here to open up the StatBroadcast page. So you can be watching the stats in your hand, download in real time while you hear the audio broadcast. You're really getting, all of it in that situation. So I would encourage you to do that as well. So that's basically the gist of what we have. Again, I want to thank our sponsors, Pisgah Roofing, Henson Electric, Mountain Credit Union, for making this happen. There are only about 5 high school programs in all of North America that are using StatBroadcast at this time, whereas there are several universities in the state of North Carolina, Appalachian State, East Carolina, Wake Forest, NC State, Duke, and a few others that are using the program. In fact, 99% of the Power 5 football conferences use StatBroadcast for their fans and for the media. All of the bowl games in college football use StatBroadcast to share their data to fans and to the media. So, we're really excited about being able to offer this. We've been working on this for several years now, to be honest with you, and to be able to have it where we have it now, we feel really good about where we are with it. We just think it's going to increase the next level, what we're able to give our fans from WPTL. So this will be going on throughout the football season. We look for this to be around for a while, and we're very excited that you're able to join in with us. And I certainly hope that this tutorial with what StatBroadcast is to look like has been a little bit of a help to you, and I hope you'll check it out and use it each week. As always, thanks for your support. Remember to thank and stop by and visit with our sponsors. We've got several, obviously, for Pisgah Football and WPTL Radio, as we have for many years, and thank them as well for making all of this happen. Without them, we couldn't do any of it. Look forward to talking to you on Friday, and go Big Black.